Yeah, hi there. Just jumping on to respond to Alona Harker's post with the article referring to Rudolf Steiner's racism, him himself and his body of work, and how that's threaded through the potentially into Steiner schools. I totally don't see it myself, but yeah, thanks for sharing. And I guess I'm a more educated person for someone that has read it. And yeah, as someone that's read a heap of Steiner's work, to credit both people in that work for that, yeah, that one article. A lot of work. There was a lot of info. I read the first half and then skim read and patches of the back half of it. But yeah, I could see so many references and so much time, and yeah, that man, like the fascination the author of this most recent paper had with the body of work. I find really curious, and yeah, and Steiner himself, like the amount of work he's known for, the amount of work he's done, which I've read a lot, and yeah, um, I don't endorse racism myself, and yeah, both men. I want to credit both men, and yeah, I also need to come. I'm only here to speak for myself, and all I can do is share my own personal experiences. For that is my truth, and no one can take that away from me. Yeah, and just what I've seen as a teacher. I guess I've been in 3 public schools as a staff member. My kids been in public schools, and I've been in 2 different Steiner schools. Visited a third, but yeah, and then just the readings and the learnings and the teachings over time. I guess university was a 4-year double degree in secondary education. Bored me to tears, most of it actually, and I've found fascination and interest in the Steiner school system. Um, yeah, I guess for me, there's like a level of depth and yeah, a compassion and I want the best for the child, like developmental stages, right or wrong, because that paper mentioned that. Um, Beneficial or not, yeah, to me it gives depth and a purpose to why educate or to like empower a young being to allow them to prosper and be the most beautiful flower that they can be. Um, yeah, as opposed to, I guess, a state system that kind of, in my own experience, I have seen and feeds the brain, and it's more like why Steiner started his work, I guess, creating like just the robotic, the and for those that don't know, Rudolf Steiner, from what I've read, started because he saw a bunch of people in a factory just doing monotonous work. It was a cigarette factory, and I'm not sure if the kids were there or not, but he just like there's got to be more to life than just like doing repetitive motion as machinery probably does now. But this is back in like the late 1890s or something, 1885s, and yeah, and wanting to. So he took the kids of these staff members in the cigarette family and uh, offered them a different education that met their tried to build them up, I guess, and their will, their feeling body, and their thinking body, not just their thinking body or their yeah, the thinking, the brain. Um, yeah, I've journeyed and done different processes that I've touched. Yeah, a few different parts of myself, from the brain, the logical thinker, the heart space, the emotional space. Validate that. My gut instinct, also known, I think modern science is calling the second brain. But yeah, a gut instinct. Where does that come from? How do I know? And then my animal, my physical body, and my um, like sexual center, and my where all that like energy can come from. Life force energy, otherwise known as what I give it a title as anyway. So yeah, um, yeah, this whole I know the paper, the discrimination. Yeah, as I said, I wasn't there. I never met the author of the paper, and I never met Rudolf Steiner. And I don't endorse and support racism for sure. I support equality, And that's kind of where we started. Like, I'm after equality for vaccinated, unvaccinated, I guess. And it just feels, the leadership of this country, in my opinion, is, pushing a strong agenda that's discriminating, which kind of goes along the lines of racism. And so, I am, that feels true. Yep. Um, what else? Oh, just the cultural thing of like the Australian culture. I'm also jumping on because, to find a way to support each other and to build each other up, as opposed to cutting people down. It's easy to find faults. I have found, and in the part, I have found faults in people and found faults in things and attacked things, and I haven't always, definitely always like found the gold in something, or looked to find the qualities in someone and honored them for that in their body of work or themselves. I've actually, through the rites of passage work, actually, they have helped me open my eyes on that and to find beautiful qualities of someone, because we are all beautiful and divine in our essence as every human being, and we all have our faults, and no one's better than anyone else, in my opinion. So just to leave it there, and so I want to thank you, Alona, for just highlighting a discrepancy in someone that also brought so many amazing gifts to my world anyway. And what I see, like my experience in Steiner schools, it's offering kids a beautiful experience. The grounds are beautiful, and and I think Steiner is offering a beautiful alternative, and it comes at a cost. And people, it's not mandatory. I don't think Steiner's work was ever enforced on anyone, unlike the jab. But it was, it's got to the success that it has because it must have something in it, and there must be gifts, people picking up in gifts in there. And I just want a big shout out to all the teachers in particular, all people in general, but talking education a bit at the moment, let's focus on those that give themselves and give so much beyond themselves, and the passion and the care and the nurturing and the inspiration for young people, and the intention to support them to be the blossoming flower that they were intended to be, not just going through the motions and writing the textbook out for job security and stuff. I mean, and that has its place too, and I've done that too, and I know people that are on that train, and that's life. Our energy's got to go somewhere, but and succumbing to a system that is, because going up against a system can be friggin' tiring. But so I honour those people too that choose to put on the big pants and go up against for what they believe to be true for a better world. So a big shout out to everyone that's just with a good heart, aiming and intending to do right by all, and not choosing to sit in the comfort lane, or choosing to step forward, full honour, because it takes effort and can be confronting. That I'm raving now. That's me. Bye.